Now at 5, storms on radar, some severe. I'll have the latest alerts and get you ready for the weekend.
It's Friday night and another busy summer weekend is ahead all across Indianapolis.
Now the Marion County Fair is making sure people stay safe while still having fun.
Plus, the U.S. Supreme Court issues a ruling impacting President Trump's birthright citizenship executive order.
Tonight at 5, why people fighting that order say today's ruling is not the end of their effort. Live from Indy on a Friday night, you're watching 13 News. And we've got some rain and storms on radar right now as you take a live look at Doppler 13 radar.
We've got these pop-up storms moving through right now on this weather impact alert day. I'm Anne-Marie Tiernan in the Weather Center with Scott, who's in for Felicia, who has the day off today.
Yeah, so how are these storms going to impact us tonight?
They are definitely having an impact on those outdoor plans. Our Alex reporting live from the Marion County Fair. He is inside now because of lightning, and we're going to have to keep that in mind as we head into the weekend.
Right,
Yes, keep an eye out for
Yes.
that. You want to be safe.
You do, and take us along with you really can help that weather app to know the alerts, know when lightning can be close, and know where the storms are and where they're going to go. We want to show you where the storms are. We still have the one severe thunderstorm warning set to expire here at 5 o'clock. We will see what the National Weather Service does with this one, but impacting Cumberland, south to New Pal into Sugar Creek. Additional cells in advance of that now across parts of Hancock County. National Weather Service did let that expire here now at 5 o'clock. I've got another storm just to the east of Fortville, so heads up Wilkinson. That's going to continue to move east your way. We've got cells coming out of Madison County that will impact Muncie and Eaton and points north. Let's head south. I've got a storm that popped up near Bloomington. This is headed east-southeast and may have an impact north side of Lake Monroe. Future Track 13 shows the scattered showers and storms this evening. May have an additional storm or two overnight and not completely dry weekend. It stays warm and muggy if you're headed out for fireworks Friday. First pitch temperature at Victory Field in the upper 80s.
Thank you, Angela. Happening now is going to be a packed weekend around Marion County with something for just about everyone.
Yeah, from comic books to carnival rides, all taking place right now. Our Alex Almanza reports from the Marion County Fair tonight, where the gates just opened.
The rides are spinning, the lemonade's flowing, and the smell of fright. Everything is back in the air. The Marion County Fair is open for its 95th year, and organizers are expecting record crowds.
Our theme this year is Meet Me at the Fair, and that's what we've been marketing, for friends, meet me at the fair, family, meet me at the fair, and it's working out great. People are calling their friends and say, hey, let's meet at the fair, because it's very affordable to come here.
There's a circus, pig races, and what organizers claim is the only county fair roller coaster in the entire state. And while it might look like cotton candy and fun, security here is tight.
Well, this is probably the safest place in Marion County this coming week. We have IMPD here, firefighters here. We have the same metal detectors that the Indianapolis 500 has.
Also possibly the strangest menu.
Pizza on a stick, pickle pizza, lemonade, soda.
Swain's been selling pizza on a stick and pickle pies for years. His dad even patented the idea.
We do have cricket, scorpion, and mealworm pizza. If you're a daredevil to try that, my dad, that's another thing he come up with.
But if bug pizza isn't your thing, PopCon is also in town, one of Indy's largest comic and pop culture conventions. But if you're looking for something familiar, strange, or tasty, you know where to meet.
Yeah, you can see where you got the...
And tonight, a popular beach on the northwest side of Indianapolis is closed because of elevated bacterial levels. Eagle Creek Beach is closed right now after routine water tests found elevated levels of E. coli. So they're waiting on some more tests before allowing people to swim in that area. 2 other central Indiana beaches are also closed right now. The city of Muncie announcing Prairie Creek Reservoir Beach is closed because of high algae levels. Treatment scheduled to begin on Monday. And in Fishers, a health advisory was issued for Geist Reservoir earlier this week because of elevated levels of E. coli.
Other news now, a 12-year-old boy died early this morning. Police say he accidentally shot himself.
Yeah, the shooting happened inside of an apartment on the far east side of Cumberland. Rich and I talked with police today about how that boy got that gun.
Cumberland police say a group of juveniles were hanging out at this apartment just after 1 a.m. when 12-year-old Jeremiah Cotton accidentally shot himself in the head.
We determined that an older juvenile brought the gun into the apartment. Everybody's sharing it, looking at it, sets it down. Sometime later, Jeremiah picks it up and it goes off.
Police say the boy who brought the gun is 16, but he will not tell police where he got it. Police have not arrested anyone, but will turn the case over to the prosecutor for review. Police say that the boy told his mother that he was spending the night with a friend here at this apartment, but when the shooting occurred, there were just 6 young people in the apartment, the oldest being 18. This is the same apartment complex where a 6-year-old boy shot and killed his 4-year-old sister nearly 2 years ago. Tonight at 6, I'll talk to the state rep for this area about the gun safety legislation he has been trying to introduce for several years. In Cumberland, Rich Knight, 13 News.
So in that case from a couple of years ago, the boyfriend who allegedly left his gun where the kids could get it is charged with neglect resulting in death. Terrell Jackson is scheduled to go on trial in August.
Tonight, the Marion County coroner is identifying a man shot and killed in a parking lot on the south side of Indianapolis. 22-year-old Montrell Austin died in the shooting near State Road 135 and East Epler. It happened around 7:30 last night. Indianapolis Metro Police investigators believe that Austin and the suspect set up a meeting before the shooting. Officers are now working to ID the suspect and determine why the two were meeting in the first place.
And now to a consequential day at the U.S. Supreme Court as the justices issued several rulings.
And one of those rulings impacts President Trump's executive order to end birthright citizenship. The president issued that order on his very first day in office. Emily Longnecker joins us live in studio to explain what the ruling today now means.
Okay, well, folks, we know that it's widely held that the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution says if you are born here, you are a U.S. citizen. President Trump's executive order would change that so that if you're born here to a mom who is not in the U.S. legally, you would also not be considered a U.S. citizen. There were several legal challenges to the order, and several courts blocked it from going into effect and ruled their decisions should stand for the entire country. Today, the United States Supreme Court said those courts can't do that.
SCOTUS said the decision on whether ending birthright citizenship is constitutional should be left up to the district courts in states. That means district courts all across the country could come to different conclusions.
It sets up procedurally a lot of chaos.
Rachel Van Tile is the legal services director at Exodus Refugee in Indianapolis. The nonprofit helps resettle refugees from other countries and works with immigrants, most who've come here through the proper channels. But for those who haven't, Van Tile says today's decision sets up uncertainty for those who are set to give birth a month from now.
I'm sure we'll get calls today from clients who are concerned about this.
With today's decision, the fate of babies born here in Indiana, born to undocumented moms 30 days from now, will rest with Indiana's district courts. There are two, a northern and southern. The line that divides them is just north of Indianapolis. So if Indiana's two district courts come to two different conclusions about birthright citizenship, Van Tile says your right to be born a U.S. citizen could depend on where in Indiana you're born.
You could be born in Lafayette and not be a citizen, but you could be born in Indianapolis and be a citizen, which is just a recipe for chaos and confusion.
District courts can't start making decisions, though, until there are legal challenges. Van Tile expects that will happen once the executive order takes effect in 30 days and babies start being born to undocumented moms. And now, after today's SCOTUS decision, whatever those district courts decide about birthright citizenship, that ruling will be limited to where it applies.
Van Tile did say, though, you will start to see people and organizations file class action lawsuits with many parties to them from all across the country. And in those cases, when plaintiffs are from all over the country, they're on one lawsuit, a district court can issue an injunction, a block to this executive order, stopping it from going into effect. And in class action lawsuits, an injunction can apply to the entire country. So there's a difference there.
Yeah, lots of legal wrangling with this one.
A lot of it.
All right, Emily, thanks for sorting that out for
sure.
us. Appreciate it. Now, the Supreme Court was busy today, and that wasn't the only ruling. They issued several others as it wrapped up its session.
So one ruling preserves an Obamacare panel requiring free preventative care. So this case grew out of a religious challenge to approval of HIV prevention treatments that insurers must provide at no cost to patients.
The court also upheld a phone and internet subsidy program. This is for underserved areas. The program requires telecommunication companies to spend billions of dollars to provide service in poor and in rural areas.
The High Court is also upholding a Texas law requiring age verification to access adult websites. Challengers argued that requirement violated free speech rights of adults who want to access that content. Still ahead, a southern Indiana family now dealing with a tragedy after a farming accident.
Ahead of 5:30, we're going to show you how people from all across the state are now coming forward to support this family. Angela?
Anne-Marie, a few severe storms happening this evening. I'll have what's left on radar and get you ready for still close to 90 this weekend.